Hi, good morning. Today we're here with Craft Live and we're going to start with a Christmas tree ornament craft. So to do this you're going to need something for your tree trunk. I'm using sticks from out in the yard, but you could also use a cinnamon stick or even popsicle sticks if that's what you have. You're going to need some Christmassy fabric scraps. These I started with just strips because my mom's making some kind of strip quilt or something where she's going to sew them together. So I cut them into very thin, probably 1/4 inch strips, and you know, maybe at least 6 inches long. I started with this one and it's kind of hard to tie when they're that short. And then you're going to need a button for your star and a hot glue gun, and of course a scissors to do your cutting. And I'm going to use some Christmas ribbon for the tie up at the top to hang it on the tree. You could use anything that's string or twine or anything that you have. But my mom had Christmas ribbon, so that's what we're using. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it on first to the back. That way when I tie on the fabric, the ends of this will be tucked underneath. So that's glued on the back there. And then if you happen to have shorter string, we'll start with the shortest ones up at the top. And if you have fabric that happens to have print on both sides, that's wonderful. If not, we're going to make it work this way. So you're actually going to put print side up to start with, and then tie your knot. And as you pull it out, you want to make sure, see, this is one of the shorter strings, so it's a little bit harder. You want to make sure that you're pulling it out. Actually, I'm not even going to use that one and struggle with it. Let's start with the longer one. Anyway, as you pull your knot through, you want your print to be on the front of your tree, not on the back. And it does not have to be exactly centered because we're going to trim it at the end. And the top ones are the shortest. So we've got the beginning of our tree there with a knot. And I'm going to be using mostly green fabrics, but I have other ones thrown in so that the tree looks like it has ribbons and ornaments. And this is just a simple little knot like you start when you're tying your shoe. It's nothing special. And if you really felt like you needed extra reinforcement, you could put some hot glue underneath your knots, but it's a Christmas ornament. It's not really going to get played with, so it will be fine how it is without the glue. Just make sure you get it tight. There we go. And you can push it up further if it's not quite where you wanted it. I even have some football fabric here. I'm going to incorporate it because it's green. And I know there's a lot of football around Christmas. And again, we're going to trim this up. It's not going to look this scraggly the whole time. This is even something you can do with your kids if they have the ability to tie knots with their hands. I'm going to go ahead and add a red one here for some ribbon. some more green. And by the time you get these tied on here, you actually need a little bit more than what you realize because they get so squished together. And keep in mind as you move down, they will be longer after you cut them. You could also do this if you don't have fabric and you have several different Christmas ribbons. You could make it with just ribbon in place of the fabric strips. And then you wouldn't have to worry about your material being double-sided, because ribbon usually is already double-sided. I've got a black here that I thought was pretty because it had some gold in it, so I'm going to add that. Some more footballs just to even it out. We're going to just keep on eyeballing it and moving down until it looks like our trunk is about where we want it to be as far as length. It's still a little bit long down there, I think, so we'll add some more. As you can see, your lines don't have to be perfect because once they're on the tree, it's all going to blend together. It is helpful if you have a sharp scissors though. Just a couple more strips and we will have enough here. And then I'll show you the last couple steps. Alright, let's add a little bit more color down at the bottom. Here's one I haven't used yet. This one's not Christmassy, but it's green, so it'll work perfect. Okay, so once you have enough of your tree filled in, then you're going to want to get your ribbon all pulled to the side. And we're going to cut the edges at an angle so that it looks like a tree, because right now it's a big scraggly mess. And you can start at the top or the bottom and just kind of eyeball it. I'm going to start at the bottom here and just work my way up. And if you get them too long, you can go back and trim. And as you can see, your top one actually won't have very much left once you get it cut. And then go to the other side, try to eyeball it so it's about the same length. Work your way up. Almost finished here, guys. Be careful you don't cut your ribbon at the top. So there we have a very lopsided tree. So it looks like I did not eyeball it very well. Let me go at a different angle here. Fix this. There we go. Okay. Here's another one here that's a little bit long. So once you have your tree cut the way you like it, you of course need to add a star to the top. And I'm just using a yellow button and some hot glue to stick up at the top. And there is our fabric scrap Christmas tree ornament. Hopefully this is something you can make at home without having to run out to the store. And you'll have most of what you need either in your yard or in your home. So if you make one, go ahead and take a picture and put it in the comments for us. Bye!